Hi class, Dr. Rosenblatt here. This is a brief video that will give you an overview of this course, Transition for Individuals with Disabilities. I'm going to give you a little bit of background information on transition and tell you the structure of the course and provide you with a little bit of explanation of the assignments that you're going to have in this course. So the first thing though that I want to go over with you all and make sure that we're all on the same page with this is that the syllabus that I want you to use for this course is the syllabus that is uploaded to Canvas. If you downloaded a syllabus earlier in the summer or at the end of the spring semester from UTPB's website, please get rid of it and only use the syllabus that is uploaded to Canvas. Make sure that we're all on the same page here. Do not use the UTPB syllabus. Use the Canvas syllabus. Okay, so transition services came about on the heels of a 1983 report by Madeline Will, and it was called A Nation at Risk. And the report basically said, it was after an 18-month study, and it's found that the educational system was failing its students. That educational achievement of students was the lowest it had been in generations, and that the generation of students who were in high school in the 80s were the first generation that basically weren't going to be as educated as their parents were. And it kind of shocked everyone and made I don't want to say the whole Department of Education, because it wasn't a Department of Education at that point, but it really brought to light some issues and problems that schools and students were experiencing. So prior to the Nation at Risk, and probably up until it happens now, I'm sure, but in the early 1990s, if you had a disability and you made it through school, once you aged out of school, what most likely happened to you was that your parents kept you at home, and most likely you sat on the couch and watched TV. Sometimes there were things called sheltered workshops where individuals with disabilities would go and work for 7 or 9 cents an hour. So it wasn't anything like a competitive wage. And it basically kept those individuals reliant on their families and their parents. Well, parents don't live forever, right? So what happens once a parent dies is that you have an adult who has relied on a parent for their whole entire lives, and after the age of 21, they don't have any coping skills, they don't have any financial management skills, they don't have the capacity to really take care of themselves, and either those people, now adults with disabilities, either lived in a group home or a kind of controlled setting, or they lived with another family member, but they weren't productive members of society who had fulfilling jobs. They probably didn't have a good network of friends. And so really their life was kind of limited, and that's not the path that any of us wants for ourselves or for anybody that we care about. So 1990, IDEA was reauthorized and transition was actually brought up. So in the law it says at the age of 16, you are, as an educator, what your focus is providing that student, creating goals that will help them make a successful transition to post-school life. Now in Texas, it's age 14. So once that child hits the age of 14, you go from having an IEP to an ITP, where then you're focused on what kind of services and supports will that student need, and what are the goals that we need to create so that he or she will get there. So that's the long and the short, the quick rundown of what transition is. Obviously, it's been reauthorized several times. And so for this course, you're going to have, the course is divided into eight modules. There are 4 that are open right now. The next 4 will be open again, and they'll be open for you on Monday. You have 2 discussions in this course. The first one is in Module 2, and the second one is in Module 7. And then you have 3 assignments. So your first assignment is actually due Sunday, and it's your individual, I think it's called learning plan. And this is based on a KWL, which is a research-based tool that many educators use. And the K stands for know, the W stands for want to know, and the L stands for learned. So in this situation, what you're going to do is you're going to write about what you know. You're going to set learning goals for yourself and tell me what you want to learn. And then the third part of this first assignment is that you create a rubric so that at the end of this session, at the end of the 8-week session, you use your rubric to gauge how much you've learned and to see whether or not you've met your own learning goals that you set for yourself. So you're going to upload that on Sunday. It's going to take some self-reflection, which is also a practice, an evidence-based practice for adult learners. So these are all things that the research says is going to be helpful, and it'll help you kind of focus in on what it is that you want to know and take away from this course. It's obviously based on transition and everything that you might know or might not know, or if you've had some experiences with family members who have disabilities and you've seen either a success or a struggle, write about that, because obviously that's important and it helps to create and connect previous knowledge with new knowledge that you're going to create. So your second assignment is, like I said, due at the end of the session, and that's more of a reflection on what it is that you've learned, to see whether or not you've made progress on the learning goals that you created for yourself, and you use your rubric basically to guide how much you've learned. And then the third assignment is a large one, and it's divided into several sections, and it will be completed throughout the course of this 8-week session, and it is your community resource map. And you're going to find an electronic source like LiveBinder or Evernote. You can even use Google Docs because you can add to it. And so the 3 parts, you are going to find 5 community resources that would be helpful for individuals with disabilities as they transition. Then the second part is that, and obviously there's more to this, and you can find more information on these 3 separate parts of this assignment in Canvas. And the second part is that you identify 15 places of employment that individuals with disabilities could work after school. And then you're going to go and interview or go to 2 places and talk to the people who work there. You just have to make sure that you do speak with one manager, because you want to know like expectations for the individual who works there and chances to move up and things like that. And then the third part of it is basically you're going to choose three accommodations that might be helpful for individuals with disabilities who have a mild or moderate disability, and you're going to describe them and then tell me why you chose them. So like I said, there's additional information and rubrics within Canvas so that you know exactly what my expectations are for this assignment. And then, so after this is all finished, what you're going to do is you're going to create a brief video, and you're going to explain to me, like, so you're going to show everybody what your electronic community resource map looks like. You're going to upload it so everybody can see, and you're going to talk to us about the things that you found, the resources that are available in your community, and something that you learned that kind of surprised you. That is basically it. My contact information is available to you all on Canvas. Just in case you don't have it, or if you haven't seen that page yet, my office number is area code 432-552-2128, and my cell phone number is area code 813-300-2885. Try me on my cell phone before you call my office. You can text me first if that's what you'd like to do, but I'm pretty readily available. And then my email address is rosenblatt, rosenblatt_k@utpb.edu. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm looking forward to working with you all. Good night.